The right way to handle exceptions in code. Uncle Bob. All right. I'm Chris Athenis. I'm a KMP developer. Tech Sports are coming out Tuesday. They said really promised me this time. So using exceptions. Okay, Uncle Bob, what do you have to say? I ripped this guy apart. I like some stuff he says, but most stuff I'm just like, what are you talking about, man? This exceptions things are a little bit out of vogue lately. In Kotlin, you mostly are returning result values now, which will have either an actual value for the return, or the another value of the error code. So that's the style in vogue now, which makes it all functional. We don't do this exceptional handling stuff and this catch cycle. It just can get out of hand. Let's see what they have to say. Or he has to say.
When I write a try block, the only thing in that function that has the try block is the try block. I don't want to have a lot of code before the try block. If I've got a function that throws an exception, the first executable statement in that function is going to be try, and then there will be a single function in the try block. That's the function that actually throws the exception. And then there will be a closed brace, and then the catch blocks, and a finally block if necessary, and then no other code in the function. I don't want anything in the function except the try block. I don't want a whole bunch of code in the try block. I want that to be a different
Why?
function. I don't.
Okay, so why does it have to be another function somewhere? So you're like, here's all the code I want to run, but I want to make it one line and one function over here. Why is there I have to have two files open when I want to look at what the exceptions are versus what the function's doing? Instead of just having it right there and maybe collapse it. Maybe collapse it, but I don't want to see all that stuff. I don't know. Does he use these modern IDEs? You know, you can collapse stuff. You don't have to hide everything behind a billion functions. Have 1,000 windows open. You can just twirl it up.
Want any prefix code in that function. I don't want any suffix code in that function.
Why not?
Just the try block, because
Why?
error processing is one thing. So I want the try block completely contained by a function.
Bottom. It's at the bottom of the block. It's one thing at the bottom. But you're saying just put it in another, name it, and then put it in another window?
And I never, ever, ever want nested try catch blocks.
Oh, don't. Well, okay. See, sometimes I agree with this guy. Nested try catch box is a really bad idea, but in reality, I hate to break it to you, you can have nested try blocks when you're calling functions inside the block. There's nested ones down there. Now you're saying within the same function block? I mean, maybe it makes sense to have it all right there. Why? You can just twirl it up. I mean, you might be a reason why you want to do it that way. Maybe it'll make sense that way to have embedded try blocks. I mean, maybe he has a point there where then you can start doing the functions to do there just to clarify things, I guess. But I don't know. I'm kind of a fan of twirling up the code and leaving it right there, so I don't have to go flapping back and forth between a bunch of different files, having 16 different windows open just to follow the logic. Kind of would like to have it right there and just twirl it up. Just me, though. All right.
I will find you if you do that.
You're going to find me, huh? Is that a threat there, Bob? All right. That was one of his weaker ones. But I'll half agree or a quarter agree with him. All right, give me a like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you later.